Hey guys, welcome to another economy video for MTG Arena. I actually have a bit of an interesting topic for you. I get asked all the time on stream whether the Mastery Pass for Arena is worth it. Now the answer to that actually varies each season, but because we have 23 days left in this season, you guys still have time to purchase it and get full value if it's right for you. So I went ahead and did the math on it. I also have some other tips and advice for you that you should consider while deciding whether you need to buy this pass or not. So I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the math first, and I'll save my advice to the end because I think most of you guys are just here for straight math, and you can evaluate that on your own. All right, I've actually laid out here the nuts and bolts of what the Mastery Pass contains. That's going to include things like packs, gold, gems, as well as mythic cards. The very first number I want to talk to you about is actually the booster packs, because that has a different value to you depending on whether or not you're the type of person who drafts or plays enough to acquire an entire set on your own. Personally, I don't find a lot of value in these packs because as a drafter, I actually get a complete set without even buying this Mastery Pass. So when I open these packs, I actually only value them at about 25 gems a piece, because when you open a rare, you actually get 25 gems, and when you open a mythic, you get 40 extra gems. So if that sounds like you, all of these packs add up to only about 500 gems worth of value. However, if you actually don't, or you play a ton of Constructed and you'd actually like a little help to build your collection, they work out to be about 4,000 gems worth of value. That right there makes it worth it to you if you're struggling to build a full collection. Everything else is a bit straightforward. The random mythic cards, I valued them at what their mythic value would be worth if you had all of those cards. That's gonna, kind of depend whether or not you have a full collection. If you don't, they're actually probably worth a little less to you probably because you're likely to get mythics you don't need or won't use. Whereas if you own the full collection, you're at least guaranteed to get those gems back in return. The last thing that you need to consider is the actual gems or gold that the Mastery Pass awards. I decided how much the gold was worth by comparing it to how much you actually need to enter into a premier draft and determine what the equivalent percentage would be in gems. And you end up with about 1,800 in gems. So if you have a full collection all on your own, you're totaling about 4,200 gold worth of value, which actually works out to be a little bit more than your typical Mastery Pass the last 3 seasons. This is giving you about 800 extra gems in value, as well as all of the free cosmetics. I believe you get an extra champion, a sleeve, some pets, and some other silly nonsense, as well as the little bubbles that allow you to get alternate arts for a few of the major cards in the set. Now, looking at the Mastery Pass from a competitive Constructed player standpoint who isn't going to be getting a ton of packs throughout their daily gameplay, you're actually looking at about 7,700 gems worth of value, which is a huge difference and definitely worth getting. Now we get to the part where I'm going to offer you guys some advice. It doesn't matter where in the season you decide to buy this Mastery Pass, it will go back and award you all of the rewards for previous levels. So these totals are based on whether or not you reach the entire 130 levels. Also, please note that purchasing levels is a huge ripoff. Please don't do it. So if you're 100% sure you're going to be able to play every single day and max out those level rewards, you can go ahead and buy your pass early and get the rewards daily. But I always recommend to all my viewers that you should never do this, because no matter how sure you are that you love Magic and you're going to play all the time, you never know what's going to happen. Your internet could go out, your computer could die, or maybe you just won't find this set very fun. Regardless, at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt you to go ahead and wait to purchase that pass. Now, I have always followed this. However, this season, I went ahead and did something a little out of the norm, and I went ahead and purchased it because I was thinking to myself, you know what, I don't want to accidentally get to the end and forget to purchase my pass. I stream full time, I play Magic every day for a living. There's no way I won't make it to the end. Well, surprise. I didn't follow my own advice, and I didn't find this set super fun, and I've been feeling a little down about Magic for the last 2 months or so. So I thought to myself, I'll never take, 2 months off of streaming. I can't afford to. Joke's on me because I didn't take time off. However, I spent the entire time playing the new WoW expansion. And I'm stuck at around level 70 out of 130. So as a limited player who has the entire set completed, I am going to be eating a fair amount of gem value here with this particular mastery set. The funny thing is I actually did this on my free-to-play account as well, so I'm eating it twice. Oops. So as you can see, we've got about 23 days left, and I'm stuck on level 72. Now, that's okay. I don't really mind. I've really been enjoying what I've been doing on stream, so I'm going to miss out on a little bit of value, and looking back on it, I probably wouldn't have bought the passes. But if you haven't bought it, or if you have bought it and you need to pick up some extra levels, there's still some hope. You guys can go ahead and go to the end of this 23-day mark and go ahead and purchase your pass and get everything that you've earned from all of the previous levels. So take a look at those numbers that we talked about in the beginning of the stream and decide whether it's right for you. Now that said, all of this is just based on brass tacks, what you get for value as far as financial gain or goals. This doesn't actually include any of the cosmetics because I personally don't find any value in them. If you do, that is going to raise the value of this package exponentially. So keep that in mind. I don't really care about the pets. I don't really care about these alternate art cards. The emotes are kind of cool. I maybe put a little stock in those. Sleeves. They come out with a new sleeve every 30 seconds or so, so you can't possibly use them all, and I don't find that the ones that they put here in the mastery passes are something I can't live without. The other thing I actually do kind of enjoy and put a little bit of value in is the avatar, but even then I have the rare Sarah avatar, and I don't change it, so I don't know why I like them, but it seems like a cool thing to collect. You also get the Mastery Tree little bubbles, which allows you to get some trashier draft commons and maybe like one rare for each color set. That's going to be an alternate art card. They're kind of cool if you enjoy those things. I personally put no value in these little bubbles. I actually think it's more annoying that I have to click on each one individually, and I'd rather they just would go away and stop making little blinky lights on my screen. Alright, so now that we've talked about the actual value of the Mastery Pass itself, as well as your particular situation and whether this might be worth it or not to you, let's go ahead and talk about the best way to actually gain experience and levels for this Mastery Pass. As I mentioned earlier, I really think purchasing levels is a huge scam. Stay away from it 100%. I have had a couple of viewers say they paid like an extra $100 for some levels, and you definitely are not getting $100 worth of value out of that silly nonsense. So let's go ahead and just talk about the reasonable things that we can accomplish without spending any extra money. The bulk of your experience is actually going to be coming from your daily quests. Please make sure you never let any quests expire unless you're like me this season who just, basically threw my account in the trash. Each quest lets you get 500 experience, and you can hold up to 3 quests, so you can play every 3 days and not miss out on too much value there. There's also a 15 win per week mechanic that allows you to get the second most experience for your Mastery Pass levels. You get about 250 experience per win for 15 wins maximum for the week. Each week you can gain just shy of 4 levels, so that's a pretty big deal considering we still have 23 days left in the season. So you're going to be getting about 10.5 levels, assuming you get these 15 wins per week for the remainder of the season. A much smaller thing you can do is also do your 15 daily wins, which isn't as important for experience, but it is a little bit more important for gold and building your collection, as we have talked about in previous videos. But you are going to be gaining about 25 experience per win for 15 wins a day. So even if you're only doing your 15 wins a week, you're definitely going to be gaining at least a couple of those. But if you're diligent and do the entire 15 wins per day, you'll be gaining just over 2.5 levels a week. Alright guys, I think that's just about everything you need to know about the Mastery Pass. If you have any questions, tips, or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below for me. I'm very active in the comment section and I'd be happy to answer them. I'm also saving up questions that you guys have, and I'm going to start posting a video monthly answering a ton of either Magic or Magic Arena comments. I also have a new YouTube channel where I'm going to be talking mostly about streaming, the equipment, the setup, things like that. So if you have any questions about that aspect of this, you can also post them down below. I will add them and you guys will definitely get links to those videos as well. All right, I'm out of here. I'm going to go start the stream and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys. I'd like to give a special thank you to those of you who have signed up for our Patreon. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. This content is also sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. and KMC Sleeves. If you guys enjoyed the content, consider checking out the links below and using our discount codes. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.